Hi, I want to talk to you about something important. I want to talk to you about appearances. Because, let me ask you this. When you were a kid, were you ever made fun of in school by other kids because you might have been a little chubby, too skinny, maybe you wore braces or wore glasses, things like that? Like, did you ever get in trouble for wearing quote unquote inappropriate jewelry? If you ever joined a gym, did you join it because you wanted to get healthy, get in shape, or did you join a gym because you wanted to slim down and impress the ladies? Well, in any way, it's apparent to me that society puts huge emphasis on appearances. Appearance is the first thing we see in everyone and everything. We're all looked at like produce in a supermarket. People assume that if you look good on the outside, you look good on the inside, and if you look ugly or horrible on the outside, you're horrible and ugly on the inside, right? Like, for example, if you see a guy who's trim, slim, and athletic, has a real good athletic physique, what does that tell you? Does it tell you, might tell you that he eats healthy, that he exercises, he takes care of himself, all that stuff? I mean, to most women who are looking for a boyfriend, he's a knight in shining armor upon first glance. But does his physique tell you of his personality? So where do we get our perceptions on what looks good and what looks bad in people? Well, for one, the media plays a big factor. Like, whenever you go see a movie or watch a TV show or read a magazine, or at least the cover, most of the time, the main person you see, the main character, or the cover girl, the cover boy, is usually really handsome and really pretty. Like, some of the top celebrities today have been ranked as some of the hottest people alive today. Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, uh, Angelina Jolie, Halle Berry, Robert Pattinson, Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, just to name a few. Yeah, they get millions of fans and they look up to these people and see them as the ideal human specimen, the person to be, you know? Handsome face, pretty face, lots of money, nice clothes, and anything else about them, personality-wise, usually comes second. Whether it's their acting ability, their singing ability, that stuff takes a back seat. I mean, if you don't believe me, look back at that show Britain's Got Talent. When Susan Boyle got up and auditioned, she said to the judges that she wanted to be the next best singer, or she wants to be a tremendous singer on par with Elaine Paige. And if you noticed, the audience was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, because remember, this is a woman who's in her late 40s, has some weight on her. I don't want to put her down here. Even though she's saying, I dreamed a dream, and the crowd went nuts for her, I mean, that reaction from the crowd beforehand was enough to let me know that appearances are taken seriously before everything else. And it's not that way just in entertainment. It's also in politics. In 1960, as you might recall, during the presidential debate between Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy, Kennedy wore makeup and looked directly into the cameras as if he was speaking directly to the people. As opposed to Nixon, who chose not to wear makeup, people said he looked pale, looked sweaty, tired. even though before the debate came up he had just gotten over the flu. Audiences went on to say that Kennedy looked confident, he looked calm, he looked fresh, and he looked as though he was speaking directly to the people. However, people listening on their radios believe that Nixon won the debate. So I guess in politics it's important to look the part as well as do the part, just like in entertainment. Now, aside from celebrities, we ordinary citizens are expected to uphold appearance norms, especially in the workforce. Like if you're a business executive, your job could be over if you forget to shave during a meeting. Or if you're a lawyer, you could lose a case if your hair is out of place. And almost every place of employment has their own dress code. Like when I worked at Six Flags, all the male employees had to keep their hair short, couldn't have any sideburns, couldn't have any facial hair other than a mustache, which I don't prefer. I don't like mustaches. We couldn't have any questionable hairstyles like dreadlocks, or almost every place of employment has their own dress code. Like, for instance, when I worked at Six Flags, all the male employees had to keep their hair short, couldn't have any sideburns past the earlobe, couldn't have any facial hair other than a mustache, couldn't have any questionable hairstyles like mohawks and dreadlocks. Like just last year, 2 black women couldn't get jobs at Six Flags because the dreadlocks conflicted with the company's dress code. Now, you could argue that dressing well for your job is a sign of respect and professionalism, especially when it comes to hairstyles and facial hair. But I guess that's true in a way, but still, I think employers and customers should be more concerned about employees' work ethic than anything else. I mean, if you have a hairstyle like a mohawk or cornrows or dreadlocks or anything like that no neoconservative would agree with, would it be fair to assume that you're some sort of gangbanger or punk or anything like that? Now, this is nothing new. I mean, we've all heard the sayings, beauty is only skin deep, and never judge a book by its cover. And those phrases are old as time itself, but here we are in the 21st century, and we still judge people on their looks. From the time we're little kids till the time we become old, celebrity or not. I don't know about you, but looks pretty bad from here. And now to address the elephant in the room. You're probably wondering why I've been speaking with a paper bag over my head with the word ugly on it this whole time. Well, if I spoke without it, would you think any different of me?